Previously, we learned that the assignment statement consists of a target and an expression. We also saw some examples of Python expressions. Here are a few more. Like expressions in logic, a Python expression is text that can be evaluated. Python expressions are not as fluid as human language, but nearly as expressive. We can write basically any operation we can imagine in Python. For example, the phrase, "the color of John's shirt," is not a valid Python expression, but we can use function calls to achieve the same effect. We can categorize Python expressions into three groups: atoms, operations, and function calls. We've already seen atoms and operations. For example, 3 plus 4 is an operation. This operation is a function whose inputs are 3 and 4, and the output, or the result, is 7. Here's another example. This is also an operation. The inputs are x and 4. If we assume that x is 7, then the expression becomes 7 plus 4. Thus, the output is 11. Here's another expression. Constant values are also expressions. We can think of values as operations, where the input and output are the same. Thus, 11 is both the input and the output. So what isn't an expression? Here's one example. This is an assignment in Python. The text y plus 5 on the right side of the equal sign is an expression. But the line as a whole is a statement that instructs the computer to calculate y plus 5 and then store the result in x. Here is an example statement in the LWPS. Try changing the expression on the right side of the equal sign and running the simulator again. Next, let's explore some other Python operations. The subtraction symbol, as you might expect, is the minus sign. For example, 5 minus 4. The output is 1. The multiplication symbol is the star. Here are some examples. The output of the first example is 12, and the output of the second example depends on the value stored in x. The division symbol is a slash. Here are some examples. The output of the first example is 3, and the output of the second example is 0.25. The third example is an assignment that divides x by y and assigns the output to z. Thus, z depends on the values stored in x and y. The modulo symbol is a percentage sign. For positive number inputs, this operation returns the remainder of a division. For example, 15 modulo 5 is 0, since after 15 is divided by 5, the remainder is 0. And 3 modulo 7 is 3. Finally, 11 modulo 4 is also 3, because after 11 is divided by 4, the remainder is 3.